5-second board is shown. 20 minutes of racing about to get underway for the BMW Car Club Racing Championship. Red lights are on. They go out. Race gets underway. Good start this time from Jasper Sapra from pole position. Not such a good start by Ben Pearson this time, and he's going to be under threat from Stephen Schweikart, I think, as they head up to the first corner. No, it's not Stephen Schweikart, actually. It's one of the other cars that's out there that's taking the fight to him. But as they make their way up to the first corner, it is the Aidan Vilku car, number 69, that's made a very quick start, leading the M2 class. He's got ahead of Schweikart there, up into third position overall. Schweikart in fourth. Then I think it's Theo Millward in fifth. There's Cavan Granger. Look how many cars he's already passed from the back of the grid. That's at least 10 cars, I reckon, that he's passed from the back of the grid. Cavan Granger, as he's trying to limit the damage to his championship lead this weekend. He's going past Colin Whitmore now, and he started in 8th position. So great start to the race for Cavan as the cars make their way down the straight towards Agostini for the first time. It's a big lead for the first two. It's now Schweikart that's got back ahead of Vilku now. So Vilku still leading. Oh no, he's not leading the M2 class, because up on his inside goes Theo Millward there in the number 81 car.
Yeah, so a change for their class lead there. Ryan Branson wasn't really able to do anything. Oh, that was one car getting very sideways on the exit of Agostini, one of the M2 cars, I believe. Oh no, the M2 leader very nearly off the road, and Theo Millward very nearly yielding that lead back to Aidan Vilku with that little moment through Hamilton, but just managed to hold it. Now he yields the lead to Aidan Vilku, who goes on the inside out of Oggies and then into Williams. And so, and now Vilku goes for a spin and holds up Theo Millward as well. And so was it the third place car that ended up going through into the lead there, I think.
Yeah, so that's all a little bit crazy. So it's a shame that Vilku's been, but I'm relieved that no one managed to make contact with the car there. That would have not been nice to see.
Oh no, excuse me, the car that I thought was going through was actually the Brian Branson car.
It
was already onto the back of Stephen Schweikart, so it wasn't a super electric start to the race, but since then it's rocketed through the order. So should still be Theo Millward who leads in will it be Theo Millward who leads in?
Yeah, I think it will.
Cut to class. Yes, it will. Sorry, it's wrong on the sheet here. It's listed as an invitational car, which I thought wasn't right, but doubted myself for a moment there. So, just for Sapra, already he's long gone. He's went past us ages ago. Pearson's gone by about 14 seconds behind Sapra and that F80 rocket. Branson up into third position from 18th on the grid. Then it's Stephen Schweikart, second of the M1 runners, the cars that will be scoring points in this race, with Jason Rees in third. Change here between the 81 of Theo Millward going past Jason Rees in the number 9 car. So that's an M2 car passing a more powerful M1 machine, but Millward still leading the way in the M2 category.
Yeah, I mean, 14 seconds as a lead on race one for lap 1, I should say, for Sapper. I wonder if, because he's in the invitation class, he's managed to get on some tyres that are more suitable than the cars that are in the main championship classes can race on. That's a possibility, but that's just speculation. So it's Sapper leading, Pearson second, Schweikart third, Rees fourth, Millward fifth. There's Millward now going through shot. And in fact, that's Rees behind him, isn't it? I think so. Millward's got ahead of Jason Rees now as well in the number 81 car, so he's going pretty well here. Millward, drive from Shropshire, company director, and he has got quite a lot to make up before the next car in front of him, which is going to be Schweikart. It's about 8 or 9 seconds that he's going to have to try and pursue. Classic car he has there, the E36 3 Series, looks absolutely perfect. That delightfully turned out red car. Where did Cavan Grange get to on lap 1? He got to 11th on the opening lap, just looking at him, and that puts him third in the M2 class. We're just looking there at Chris Blakey, who's in 6th place overall and leading class 6, just ahead of the class M1 entrant, Colin Whitmore there. Down the Bentley Straight goes Stephen Schweikart in 3rd position overall. He's got Yes, Brian Bransom's not being timed, so this is confusing, and that's because he's not sorted his transponder out. So Brian Bransom, although he's on the circuit, he's not being timed, so we're not going to be able to give you any information about his lap times. But Jazz Sapra's just come through again. He's done a 2:24 on the first flying lap of the race, and I'm interested to see what his lead is over Brian Bransom. He comes through now, and he's gone quicker, I reckon. But we will never be able to tell you because he's not got a transponder. But he is now catching Jazz Sapra, I think. But really, then we need to look for Ben Pearson, who's going to come across the line in what is second place on our timing screens, and he's 27 seconds behind. So he's lost another 13 seconds to Jazz Sapra on that lap. Meanwhile, here's Aidan Vilku on screen. He's recovering from his spin, and he's just behind. Is that the Stuart Pywell car? No, it's not. It's
I think it was
might
76.
be. Yeah, it might be right actually.
Yeah, just coming around Coram, and obviously Vilku had that first lap spin from the lead in the M2 category. Tao Millward rather unchallenged out there now as a result of that. A very hectic start to this race. We've got the Class 6 leader well inside the top 10 as well, which is the 27 of Chris Blakey. In 6th position overall, so the 235 car, Michael Dark, another of the M1 cars, makes its way through Ritchie's in 9th position, having made up a couple of places on that previous lap as well. And what I like to call the cupcake livery, looks like a,
the sprinkles,
icing with sprinkles. Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I reckon that Brian Bransom is about 10 seconds behind Jazz Sapra at the moment, just from counting the number of seconds I can see was behind as they came out of Agostini. So we'll keep an eye on whether Bransom continues to close in on Jazz Sapra, although of course he's not going to be included in the results of the race, so it's of academic interest. There is the 27 car, Chris Blakey, our Class 6 leader. The second place car in Class 6 is Paul Laramie, number 31, and he is just there, so he's just a few car lengths behind him. Right, here comes Jazz Sapra. Is he about to come up to the line? Just waiting for him just to say, yeah, here he is. So he's over the line now to complete the third lap. And I'd say that's less than 10 seconds his gap over Brian Bransom now. So we'll see if we can catch him. But back here, there's Colin Whitmore in the M1 class car. There's Paul Laramie. He's second in Class 6. And there's Michael Dark.
I was trying to listen to where the second place car of Bransom was braking for the first corner, because Sapra was doing it at about 150 metres, I reckon, because it's got working brake lights, whereas the Bransom car does not. And I'm assuming that it did eventually brake at maybe the 100 meter board, the Bransom car, but I definitely didn't hear it slowing down before it came out of earshot. So that's the difference between those two cars.
Pearson's gone through, and so too is Schweikart now. They're first and second in the M1 class, and there's 18.4 seconds between them. That time through, Pearson was about 7 seconds faster than Stephen Schweikart. And this is just an illustration of these tricky conditions. Third place of the points doing cars across the line is the M2 class leader, Theo Millward. And he's about 13 seconds behind Schweikart. And Jason Rees is in 5th position, third in M1. And Colin Whitmore's now got himself ahead of Chris Blake as well, which ought to be the case, because Whitmore in a Class M1 car and Blake in a Class 6, and possibly as the conditions dry out, the conditions going back to the more powerful cars as the race develops. Cup class we've not talked about yet. That's the Warren Hales car, number 74, that is leading in that class by quite a few positions from Gareth Thomas. As of last time he came across the line, he's just come across the line again. And yeah, there's still a few. Ernie Graham going pretty well in that E30. We can just see out of our commentary box window too. Oh, yellow flags now at Ritchie's. Can't see why that is. It's something that's happened around the corner. See if we can pick that up in a minute. But there's Ben Pearson on screen. Our racer. The car that was off was number 4, which was the reigning champion, Will Lake. He was in 3rd place in Class 6, but he's lost a few places there. He's now behind the... trying to work out which car that is. Might be Shane Tweedy. No, it's not.
It's the Hayes car.
The Haynes car, yeah.
The,
44.
Ben Haynes, the E46 330. This is that. Are we calling it the second place car because of?
Oh, I've lost track. Yes, it is the second place car because the. Oh, and now Jazz Sapper's in the pits. Jazz Sapper is in the pits.
Oh.
So that's now going to be the lead car. The car on screen, Ben Pearson.
But
so
we've still got Bransom out there, right?
Yeah, but he's not going to be in the results because he's not being timed. So
Yeah.
he's just kind of doing a glorified test
parade
session,
run
really.
out there.
So Jazz Sapper out of the race. He's pulling into Parc Ferme, so he's out of the race. So that means Brian Bransom is out there lapping very quickly, but the race leader now is number 25, and that's Ben Pearson. He's just making his way out of Murray's up towards the line to complete lap number 4. We've got about 9.5 minutes of this race left to go, and he's got this big lead of about 18 seconds over Stephen Schweikart on the previous lap. That time through he's gone faster again. He's done a 2:32.942 now. And Stephen Schweikart I don't think yet on to the start and finish straight. Theo Millward is still leading Class M2, I can see. There's Will Lake recovering from his spin. We just saw a shot of him in the number 4 car in the ex-Schweikart machine. So 9 minutes to go.
Next car over the line should be Theo Millward, the M2 class leader. That's the Cup class leader, just making its way around the 44 of Ben Haynes. And there's a little bit of damage to the back of that Warren Hales 325.
It looks like a bit of sort of rubber trim from around the rear screen or something has come dislodged.
Very
Something
bizarre
like that.
one.
It's sort of flopping around, isn't it? On that car. So the order. Oh, now Brian Bransom has now been included on the timing screen.
Oh, so the transponder's working again.
Well, or they've just decided to put him in. Anyway, he is leading. He's done the best lap of a 2:18.2. He's 43 seconds clear of Ben Pearson, but he is invitation class car, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Pearson seconds, 43 Stephen Schweikart third, number 81 Theo Millward is fourth, fifth is number 9, which is Jason Rees, and sixth is number 35 Colin Whitmore. As we're watching Chris Blakey, who lost a position on that lap but still leads class 6, but the gap to Paul Laramie now down, we can see, to less than a second between the two class leaders there. Is them coming through? Yes, it is. Those two coming through now, and there's not a lot to choose between them. What of Cavan Granger, by the way? He made a brilliant start. He was up to 11th, but now he's running in 13th position, still 4th place in class 2. There's Paul Laramie, number 31, making his way through the left-hander at Agostini. He's worked his way from the cup up from the cup class over the years, and he's got the car of Stuart Pywell, hasn't he? The M1 class car, sort of separating now the two class 6 leaders.
Yeah, it's Laramie with the M1 car directly in front of him. That was having a little bit of a wiggle, struggling to get that power down, as often is the case in these conditions for the top class cars. But he does separate those two class 6 machines, with Chris Blakey, championship leader in that category, leading the way there. I'm sure that Laramie will be hoping that Pywell goes after Blakey as well and brings the two class rivals back line astern in the order. There is that class leader, the Chris Blakey machine, the number 27. Just making its way through the bomb hole. You see here how careful they're having to be on the throttle, and still getting a bit of rear slip. So you come out of there and then around Coram. It's 6 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, so up towards the Brundle Nelson S's they go. And look, this is the two cup class cars together now. 74 being Warren Hales, and just behind him is his class rival Gareth Thomas, number 68. So those two right together now. They're just ahead of Ernie Graham in the E30, still with that rubber trim flapping away behind the number 74 car there of Hales.
So those three cars line astern. Remember, Ernie Graham was a car that spun on the green flag lap. Gareth Thomas, second in that class at the moment, leads the standings going into this weekend in that cup category, and trying to make the move for the lead down the straight. Meanwhile, the 177 M2 class car of Max Bunting is just ahead of Cavan Granger there for third position in that category.
Yeah, so P3 in this class up for grabs here. Of course, Cavan Granger started at the back of the grid, made a really good start to the race, but then it sort of plateaued a little bit in the Bisley Removal Services backed car. So he's heading off down to the left-hander at Palmer, trying to get P3 away from Max Bunting, the 25-year-old BMW technician from... Oh, he's going to do it now, because the BMW from technician is... Well, I thought he was going to be off on the grass there, but all credit Max Bunting, because you've held that brilliantly and
style.
Kept Cavan Granger behind you. You do say that Snetterton's your favourite circuit on your commentary information, so I'm not sure if that's why you like it so much, but Granger is now piling the pressure on. Meanwhile, we're working the with 4 minutes to go in this race now. Branson leading by 1:07 from Ben Pearson in second place, who still comfortably leads in the M1 class machine. There, I think we saw the two Cup class leaders together briefly. There's Jason Rees, number 9. He's in 5th position in that E92, and he has behind him Colin Whitmore. Now, as into the pits comes Paul Neville, number 42, from 21st position.
Oh dear, that's a shame. 235 car of Michael Dark. There is on the back of
Colin Whitmore.
Whitmore, another of the M1 class cars. So that's for 4th in the category. The M3 Evo, that's directly in front of him in that cupcake livery.
And not too far behind Jason Rees either, actually, in 5th position.
No, because the former Welsh rally driver, Jason Rees, for a spot on the podium. And in fact, Dark was ahead at the timing line, and I believe ahead when they got into Ritchie's as well.
Now, Brian Branson's coming up to lap them here as well in his invitation class car. And I guess one of the reasons they needed to time him was because he's leading the race, and you need to know who to show the checkered flag to.
Right.
So he's coming up to lap them, but it is Rees with the door being left open, half open there for Michael Dark in the Crown Paints car to go through.
I don't think
quite
he
make it.
had much of a choice, really, 'cause otherwise I think there would have been contact.
Yeah.
So Michael Dark was sort of showing his nose there. Branson coming through. Will do so on the exit of Palmer for the Colin Whitmore car at the very least. And we'll look how much speed. Blast past all three of them before they get into Agostini. Michael Dark did manage to get that move done on the exit of Palmer. Branson not quite managing to put the lap on Dark, but will do on the exit of Agostini. So Dark up to 3rd position in the M1 category now, behind Pearson and Schweikart.
Yeah, Branson's best lap, just for illustration, of 2:18. Ben Pearson's best lap of 2:32. But of course, he's in a different class, Brian Branson, so not really comparable, but still very impressive effort this from Brian Branson, especially in these conditions.
Well, it certainly is. Lapping in the wet quicker than some of these cars managed to do in the dry.
Yeah, Pearson is just gone on to his next lap. He's 1:21 behind the race leader, so there'll be one more lap to go at the end of this one, I think, for Brian Branson. So he turns his way through Brundle and Nelson for the penultimate time. But yeah, so a bit of a demonstration drive from him. Very impressive though it is. It's Pearson. I mean, he's still not got his nearest competitor in M1 come through in second place. What's the gap between Pearson and Schweikart now? It's 35 seconds. Consistently, Pearson has been lapping about, on average, 5 seconds a lap faster than Stephen Schweikart, and those two cars are in the same class. Here's Pearson now down to Agostini in this M235i, number 25 car. Quite deep into the corner, trying to find the grip on the deeper line. Comes out of the corner now. And if this race was going on much more than 20 minutes, I think Pearson would have been lapped as well.
Definitely. And the thing is that Branson's so far ahead, you lose track of, like, are we on the last lap yet?
He is on the last lap.
He is on the last lap now. Okay, good.
But Pearson has still got a lap and a half to go. So he's not going to be caught, I don't think, by Brian Branson before the end of this lap. So Pearson's still got a lap and a half to go of his race. Unless we get a checkered flag early. Well, no, we can't have the checkered flag early now because it is the last lap.
Yeah, no, but
See how it messes with your head, doesn't it?
it really does. We could record a podcast in the gap between the first and second place cars.
We could, certainly could. Right, Chris Blakey is still ahead in Class 6. Aidan Vilku in M2 has recovered to second place after his spin in the early stages. As we're watching Ben Pearson still on screen at the moment. He's on his own here. Cavan Granger, he is now third, so he did get ahead of Bunting. Here's our Class 6 leader, and he's got Aidan Vilku just behind him from M2, who's not going to catch Theo Millward. He's a long way behind him. But Blakey's done a good job here in Class 6, 9th place overall.
Pearson's coming around the final couple of corners now to start his final lap of the race, so I would expect Branson in about a minute's time.
Yeah, something like that to take the checkered flag. Here is Branson now down the Bentley Straight into Brundle for the final time as Pearson does go on to his final lap, a minute 36 behind the race leader, 15 seconds slower than Branson on the previous lap. Schweikart and Millward are the only two cars yet to come through that will still be on the lead lap. Everybody else now has gone a lap down, I think, in this race. So Branson just coming through Coram Curve for the final time in the invitation class car. Number 126, the man from Norwich in his E36 M3. He's going to come through to take the checkered flag and win this BMW Car Club Racing Championship from the invitation class. So 2 invitation class winners today in the BMW Car Club, but they don't count for points. So it looks like it's going to be another win for Ben Pearson, but he's still got most of his lap to go. Where is he? Trying to spot him out on track now from our commentary box window. Theo Millward's coming through to take the M2 class win, so congratulations to him. That's 2 M2 class wins for him today. And third place, coming through next is Michael Dark in 5th position overall.
That's for the M1 podium there, of course. So 3rd position in that category, beats Jason Rees and Colin Whitemore to their particular honour. And yeah, you're right, it's only Pearson and Schweikart who weren't lapped by Brian Branson. And so it'll be about a 2.5 minute wait from there to Pearson before we get him at the checkered flag. Waiting to see the next class winner across the line. Well, second in the M2 category, Aidan Vilku, and then the Class 6 category going to Chris Blakey in 10th position overall, and only 0.16 of a second ahead of Paul Laramie in 31 in the end. So it was very close there for the Class 6 honours.
Okay, well, we're waiting for Ben Pearson and Stephen Schweikart to come through to take their M1 class 1st and 2nd place there. They are about to do that. But we're coming up to the curfew here at Snetterton. So a very quick thank you to all of the marshals who've been out in very difficult conditions today with a lot of rain this afternoon to help keep this race meeting possible. So we're going to say a very good night to you now from here at Snetterton, everyone at the circuit. Thanks to everyone at the 750 Motor Club and at MSV who've made this meeting possible, all of the other officials, but from Chris Stevens and myself, for everyone on the PA, it's a very good night. And we'll continue on the live stream because Ben Pearson has come through to take the M1 class victory. And now he's still not come through, has he, Stephen Schweikart, to take 2nd place? It's not a timekeeper we need, it's a calendar in this race because he's not come through yet, Stephen Schweikart, as far as I have seen. Is he going to? Has he retired on the final lap? All of these questions remain unanswered.
He was quite a ways behind.
Oh, he's already in Parc Fermé.
So is
I'm confused. So he must have got lapped by Brian Branson just over the line, maybe? That's going to be an interesting one for the timekeepers to sort out. Anyway, let's have a look at the result as it appears on the screen. 126, Brian Branson takes the win after 9 laps. 2nd place went the way of number 25, Ben Pearson. He won Class M1. 3rd place, as it says on our screen, is number 43, Stephen Schweikart. 4th place, number 81, Theo Millward. 5th, number 235, Michael Dark. 6th was number 9, Jason Rees. 7th, number 35, Colin Whitmore. 8th, 76, Stuart Pywell. 969, Aidan Vilku. And 10th, number 27, Chris Blakey. Theo Millward there won Class M2. Chris Blakey won Class 6. 11th was the 31 car of Paul Laramie. 12th was number 37, Kevin Granger. 13th, 177, Max Bunting. And 14th, number 4, William Lake. Back in 15th position was the car of number 44, that was Ben Haynes. Then it was Warren Hales, I should say, Ernie Graham, Gareth Thomas and Craig Emerson and Shane Tweedy rounding out the top 20. So Warren Hales did indeed win the Cup class. So we've got a smattering of drivers down there. We've got Stephen Schweikart, we've got Ben Pearson's car down there as well. We've got our Class 6 winner, Chris Blakey, he's just climbing out of the car. We've got Warren Hales from the Cup class there. So we're only missing Theo Millward, who's stopped, not where we should have done, I don't think. He's got his and Aidan's Fuku's car off to the side. So we'll see if we can grab a word with all of those before we bring our live stream to a close here at Snetterton this evening. But Chris, quick final few thoughts from you.
Yeah, really enjoyable day of racing here. The rain's definitely spiced things up, and again, a big thank you to the marshals for continuing to work in those horrible conditions we had out there, and big preach to Kieran Mogg out there who was roaming around with the mic out there, and very enjoyable weekend of racing all in all. Still getting over the Club Enduro race there as well.
Crazy,
really fun race that was, and I'm very much looking forward to being at Brands Hatch again with the 750 Motor Club next weekend alongside Josh on the circuit comms there. That should be a very fun day indeed.
Indeed, and then the following week I'm at Silverstone on the international circuit with Marcus Pye for another non-live stream meeting, but looking forward to that. Next live streamed event from the 750 Motor Club is Alton Park on the 20th of September. Johnny Palmer will be looking after you there. But for now, from Chris Stevens and myself, we'll say a very good night to you and leave you in the capable hands of Kieran Mogg. Good night.
Thank you very much. Yes, we've got all of the class winners down here, and we'll start with Ben Pearson in the number 25. That was a bit more of a sedate race.
Yeah, we went out on dries, which you can see the two at the front pulled away, but they were on racing wets, which we're not allowed to run, but they're invitational. So, but yeah, it was tough, and it was getting better and better. But it was just that horrible greasy conditions where there's no traction out there, and just hunt for the grip everywhere. Casting experience comes in hand with that, and just head down and go.
2 wins, 2 races. Sorry, 2 races, 2 wins. Can't ask for much more.
Well, that's it. Maximum points. So ideal for the championship. So
absolutely. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you. Right, we'll move on to Steve Schweikart, who's at P2 in the A class. You couldn't quite catch him, but still, good race.
It was a good race. It was very, very slippery. I enjoyed it. We had a laugh. And, it needs to be a bit softer for this sort of conditions. But, it was good fun. Yeah.
Next time, maybe.
Well, I'll keep saying next time, but I'll get there, don't you worry. I'll be up there one day.
Look forward to it. Congratulations on P2.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you all. Have Chris Blakey. Chris, not bad, how are you?
It's better now that I'm out the car. That's finished. The checker flag's been. I'm still alive. Car's in one piece. Everybody's in one piece, I think. So, yeah, it was a spicy race, that one. It was just, I think, there was no right tyre to be on. We've got guys on Rain Sports, guys on the Nankang AR1s, CSRs. Nobody had the right combo. It just slided everywhere. It was unreal. Couldn't get heat into them. So, and almost at the pack, like Mr. Laramie almost had me. I just lit up coming out. I was like, oh, that's enough. That's enough. Here he's coming, and I don't know what the gap was as he went across, but he was on my bumper. So it's a good race. Good race. He kept me honest the whole way. So good racing. So.
Yeah, it seemed quite interesting because obviously, like you say, the different classes and the different sort of tyres that you had on, all the classes were completely mixed up. There wasn't a case of A, then B, then C. It was all together.
No, it was crazy. It was it's not to get round here. It's I don't know what position I finished overall, but like I say, you could tell the guys with who are rain specialists because they just excel and they just push on, they fly off. So yeah, I survived. I don't class myself as a rain specialist, but I'll a rain survivalist, I think is the accurate term. So I'm happy, very happy. Good
nice way to end it.
Yes, very good weekend, perfect weekend again. Pole, two class wins. So yeah, on the last race of the season, should be good. So.
Absolutely, well, congratulations.
Brilliant, thank you. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Yes, thank you very much. We'll move on to Warren. Now, so Warren, class winner as well. So how was that out there?
Terrifying. No, I've always loved driving in the wet. You have to concentrate hard don't take too many risks. You know, play it safe, and yeah, paid off today. So, first race, very happy.
Obviously, right in the middle of the pack where you finished as well. So, how was it, obviously, with the different classes you were up against as well?
To be honest, I was struggling to concentrate. You know, I was just trying to do my own thing. You know, but yeah, I think I might have finished ahead of one of the other classes, but I don't know. But I'm happy, very happy.
Nice way to end the weekend for you.
Absolutely. Thanks very much.
Problem. Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. And our final class winner, Theo. Yeah, that was an interesting race as well.
It was pretty spicy. I think I need to change of underwear, to be honest. It was, yeah, obviously we had the huge downpour just before and the track was sort of mixed conditions, but yeah, we survived, so I'm grateful to have survived.
And how was it with the conditions as well? Obviously, we were just talking about the different tyres and the different sort of configurations of the cars and everything. So, was it tricky to get it right and keep it on the road?
100%. So I've never driven that car in the wet before. It's also on a dry setup, and we were on rain sports, which I think really are geared for like proper monsoon conditions. So the thing I found hard was if it looked visibly dry, it was actually really slippy, and if it looked kind of slippy, it was actually kind of dry line. So it's a bit counterintuitive, but yeah, we made it, so I'll take it.
That's the main thing, and it's obviously a fantastic way to win the weekend for you.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, again, huge congratulations to the guys who built the car. It's amazing. It's all down to them, really. I just get the privilege of trying not to crash it.
And obviously got one more round to go, or one more event even to go. What are you expecting there?
I'm not sure I'll be doing it, to be absolutely honest, because the car might be otherwise engaged. But if it isn't, I shall be there trying to cause nice kind of chaos.
Look forward to seeing it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you very much. All right. So, and that wraps it up. Unfortunately, that is all the racing that we have here from Snetterton for this double-header weekend. It's been a fantastic weekend, and so now it's obviously time to say the thanks to all the marshals for a start. Obviously, we couldn't go racing without them, and they've had a pretty busy job today. Obviously, big thank you to 750 for putting this on. Everybody at the Snetterton for having us. Big thank you to everyone at Alpha Live, obviously, for broadcasting this, so you wouldn't be able to see it without them. So we've got Will, who is the producer, Rob, the project manager, Luke behind the camera here. Then camera ops out on the track. We've got Ben, Jack, Matt, Russ and Darren. So all that's left to say is from myself, from Ian and from Chris, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.